Hello, everyone. Welcome to 2024. 2024. I have much news, but we'll get to that in time. Much news. Steve and Tina Jules say, got coffee ready to go. Bless you, my friends. They are huge supporters of my lives, and I really do thank them so much for being here. I don't think they've missed any lives, actually. So thank you to Steve and Tina Jewel. So appreciated, and wholeheartedly, I do say. So do check out their great community people, and thanking you really from the bottom of my heart, Steve and Tina, for being there. And it kind of works for them, they say, as they're getting up and starting their day. It's now 5:30 in the evening for me. So it's great. We can connect in a way, even though we're on different time zones, and they say thanks. No, thank you, truly. And without people like you, there wouldn't be a channel for me, because you know, what's the point of doing a live if I know I appreciate a lot of you are in different time zones and you come on and watch it back later. Do drop a comment if that's you, because I like to come and say hello to all of you. Yep, 7:30 a.m. for them. So they're just getting up and getting their day organised. Let me tell you guys, today was a beautiful day. I am your future, of course. We've got lots to talk about today. I'm a little bit slower today. If you know, with my brain damage, if I don't do something constantly, I forget how to do it. And I've only been away, a week and a half, is it maybe? And it's taken me a while to even get back into where my little things are that I queue up. So bear with me, but I'm here for the fun and the chat. So let's get straight on, if I can find where my things are. I forgot as well, I laid all my stuff out on the keyboard, and then Steve and Tina came on before the live. I thought, oh yeah, I'm supposed to leave my keyboard to type in the chat, so I forgot that to start with. Steve and Tina, it says, they say it's been raining for a week. Well, of course, this is the time you should come to Cyprus, is it not? Okay, so let's start, before my news, with my usual themes from Wednesdays. And let's start with this. Okay, I don't know why I'm pressing everything. It doesn't seem to play, but then to me it seems like you only get half of it. But anyway, we'll get there. Stephen Teen, at least it's not snowing. It will never snow where I live. Yes, it does snow in the very top of Cyprus, in the Troodos Mountains, but not where I live, so I won't get snow. So what was I reading? I think I last spoke to you when I did my book review, what I was going to start reading. I don't think I'd started reading it. And it was this book. It's Upstairs, Downstairs in the Great Era of the Grand Hotel, Inside Marbled Halls. And this is by Anthony Masters, some of you may know. And it's the true story of Mary, who was an Irish, starts off when she was a young girl, and how she worked in Hyde Park Hotel in London, in England, and all the eras she worked there from, how she started working there from Ireland, which was purely by chance, and all the people she met, famous people of different eras, different politicians. Queen Mary, she, let's call it, I don't know a nice way to say it, but we say carried round her piss pot. And that was basically it. She carried round her pot for her, and curtained off an area for her. And as soon as Queen Mary had finished her business, then Mary, the Irish lady, would empty it. What a lovely job. And people she met with Winston Churchill and so on and so forth. I've just finished reading it today. And there's pictures in the middle, such as Engine Alley in Ireland, where Mary lived, and you've got a picture of cottages Mary knew as a child there. Steve and Tina say Thailand, because I'm talking about that. Cyprus sounds a good place to live. I like it for the fact that whatever you want to be and how you want to live, it is possible in Cyprus. There's so many different types of places. You can have the big hustle bustle of city and business. You can have rural areas like I live. You can play from day to day, playing the tourist, to being the Cypriot, to being the expat, whatever you want to be. You can have beach, you can have city. So I think it does cover everything for everybody. This is a picture in the book of the Hyde Park Hotel as Mary first saw it, looking down Knightsbridge towards Hyde Park Corner. I love old photographs, particularly if I know of the places, then I really love them. Picture. I love when you see pictures side by side as it was and as it is now. I like that. This picture I liked. It's the front foyer of the Hyde Park Hotel in 1925. Now I like this because it shows you in the foyer they were selling ladies' fashionable shoes. So there's that. We've also got the smoking room. This is all in Hyde Park Hotel. This was the smoking room there. We've got the grill room, and she talks about all these rooms in her book as to who worked in them and who went to them. And often in the book, she talks about how all these rich people, famous people, royals, politicians, they all ended up coming into what they called the still room, which was the room where she made coffees and buttered bread and things like that. And they would all walk away from the parties and want to be in real life. So she actually comes to the conclusion very few of these rich people were actually happy with their lifestyle and wanted a more normal lifestyle. Particularly, they had lots of debutante balls, and all the girls were upset and weren't happy, and it was a chore. This is the American bar in Hyde Park Hotel. I do love old fireplaces. This is the ballroom. Oh, where am I? Which side? This side. This is the ballroom. Likes me a good ballroom. We have the receiving office and bureau. That's there. Got that there. There's a few more. We have Jimmy. Now, Jimmy is the man she married, but she always called him her boy child because you'll see the picture. He looks like a boy all the time, and he had an accident that left him with disfigurement. Particularly his back, and he never grew up, and she liked to mother him. Then we have Battersea. Battersea, shades of the Liberties. The Liberties is in Ireland where she grew up, and Battersea reminded her of the Liberties in Ireland. As I always say, I love these times, but to be poor in those times, they had fun, but it was a desperate time. And these are some people mentioned in the book, so that won't make any sense to you. And then her last days, she actually got an award because she always said she was 10 years younger than she really was, because she never wanted to retire, because without her life, like running around and doing things for people at the hotel, she felt she had no life. and she was extremely old when she retired, and they still thought she was way beyond retirement age. So that is Mary receiving an award. Stephen Tina says not happy off camera. No, it's almost a life I feel that they're striving to have to show things, as in we've got this. I cannot stand those who promote certain, let's say particularly the younger people, and they're having to wear this clothes and show these products and these beauty treatments. I was watching one yesterday. It's a family channel, and the girl, I think, is 15. She might only be 14, something like that. And for Christmas, she's got all these skincare products. Now, I'm not talking about things to stop acne and things like that. She's using all this face filler and false eyelashes, and like, my goodness, if they feel they have to look like that to be in the trend right now on social media, they don't have much of a hope, do they? Not really. Yeah, so my review of the book, I like hearing about the life of those times. I was interested in the hotel, all the changes it went through. If you don't know, they have a back door and a front door, and we're not talking back door for servants. The back door was going on to the royal park and palace, and only the royals came in that way. And the reason for that was it was originally the front of the hotel, but they made it a rule that along that road and the park there cannot be any advertising which included names of hotels. So therefore they changed the back to the front for normal people to go in, not just low, because they were low brow, to the royals, but the royals still came in the original front, which technically was in the back, because the main front of the hotel was the back. But they can then put a sign up to say Hyde Park Hotel. So overall, the book, I enjoyed aspects of it. There was a lot of reports from newspapers at the time talking about things she talks about. There was some, for me, political stuff that I'm not so interested in. If you're into politics, you will well like that. But I was more interested in her story and the story of the hotel, but a lot of political figures. If you're into history and politics, you probably would really enjoy all of it. So if you want to read it, do go to your library. You can order a book if they don't have it, and they will get it for you. As I say, if you like history, particularly English history, about the politicians, the royals and things like that, it covers that, but also follows Mary's life working in Hyde Park Hotel. For me, I did skim read large portions of it. I enjoyed the pictures. I'm having to only give it a 6 out of 10, because if I skim read and I don't feel, oh, I need to pick it up and read the next bit, what's happening, I never felt that with it. I did want to get to the end to see how it finished and how her life finished. The ending was very good. The beginning was very good. Bits of the middle were good. But as I said, there was a lot of political stuff that I wasn't interested in per se. So 6 out of 10 is a strong 6. For me, it wasn't a good story through and through. As I say, if they're cut out, I get why the political stuff was in it, to tell you about the life and times, what was happening elsewhere. But obviously, being English, I know a lot of that anyway, so I didn't need to read that. But if you're interested in English history, definitely a read for you. What am I going to read next? Well, I'm not going to choose a book to read per se. I'm going to start reading through my Greek books. This is a book I keep picking up and starting. I've never read it from cover to cover. It's not very thick, but I'm going to read that. You can see markers what I've read before. I'm going to be reading that. I'm going to do more of my Greek reading. So that's really a catch up on my books and my book reviews. So that's basically what I've been reading. Let's go on to my next catch up for you, and we will go with this. So you may recall I've started doing embroidery. I've done cross stitch for a long time now, but this is other stitches, not cross stitch. I think I showed you that I'm using this for purely my embroidery, or it looks like the bronze. Any of you know the Miss Green and blonde? This is a voice of the. It was Captain Scarlet, which was animation puppets, and they had two. I think it was two green circles, which were like the aliens, and they used to come across the screen and say, "This is the voice of the Mysterons." So my light ring is a bad copy of the Mysterons. Anyway, this is a container, and I found it at the salvage dump, and at the time I thought, oh, this is good, I'll use it this way up and put a cat food bag in there. So I thought, well, that would be great. And then at the same time I found this straw, and I thought, oh, this straw will be good, I can use that to put pots in and use it as a drip tray. And then it suddenly came to me, I think I put this in, suddenly came to me, hold on, I think that drawer goes in that compartment. So I took my cat bag out of it, and yes, this is now my drawer for embroidery. And I also bought, I think I've shared this, I treated myself to another one of these containers, and this is all embroidery only in it, not cross-stitch stuff. I have similar things to cross-stitch, and I bought different thread for that. And I also had a kit from a viewer of embroidery. You can't see, I don't think, but right at the front here, yes, you can see these are the threads from the kit that I've put on bobbins. And I have been doing the kit. Well, in case you're wondering what was in that drawer then, well, that is basically anything that's embroidery, such as my book of stitches and things like that. So I started the kit, and I'm getting on really well. So I say this was from a viewer. I've acknowledged them many times, and I thank them very much for being so sweet as to send me something. As I say, I've done cross stitch before, but this was embroidery, and I kept saying, oh, I'd like to have a go at embroidery. So she sent me this kit, and I'm doing pretty well. I've done quite a lot. And this is the one Steve was saying, the saddles back to front, and about that. So I've done different stitches. As you can see, I've done the tyres. I wasn't sure what to do about the wheel spokes, but as you can see, I've done those. I've done the frame. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this black edging or not, or whether I'm going to take that out. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Do you think I should edge it all or not? I'm not 100% sure about that, whether I want to keep the edge in or not. The baskets, I like the stitching I've done on that. I'm doing different embroidery stitches for all of it. And as I say, the bike frame, I've done that. So do you think I should keep the edging and carry on doing edging or not? In one mind, I'm like, oh yeah, the edging. I often edge my cross stitch, and then another one, I'm not sure. And I'm still, if anyone does embroidery, I'm still not sure what stitch to use for this big bit here and this big bit here. The only thing I've looked up that I think I should use is long and short stitch. The flowers and leaves I'm not that concerned with. There's plenty of stitch here. Now, I've got on Reddit, I actually subscribe to embroidery site now, and they all talk a lot about satin stitch, but they say not for big areas. So I'm thinking long and short stitch. If any of you stitch, tell me, is that a yes or a no, or have you got another idea of a stitch? If any of you do embroidery on your channels, like tutorials, let me know. I do have a few listed, but I haven't looked at them yet. So if any of you can give me heads up on that, that will be cool. Because as I say, I don't really know what I'm doing. Steve and Tina remember the Misterons. Steve and Tina saying the springs are wrong. It's the springs that are wrong. Right. I don't know how you can show me what it should be. Can you email me drawings? I don't know how technical you are. Can you send me maybe a picture? Email me's best. If you can't find my email, I'll put it up here now. Oh, I've got a Word doc up. I can share it with you. Oh, I think I've got it up here. Let me put my email up now. I think I've got my email on here somewhere. Pretty sure I had it as a ticker tape. Let me look. Yes, here it is now. But if you can't capture this because you're doing something, it's basically New Beginnings, My Everyday Life at gmail.com, and all small letters and all joined together. So my email is New Beginnings, My Everyday Life at gmail.com. If you can't get it, just drop me a comment later on and I'll send it to you. I have no qualms about dropping my address or my email. I know a lot of people are fearful of that. I'd never do that on Facebook, but I'm not on Facebook anyway. But there's no situation of that. Yes, all right. The spring should be attached to the seat post. Yeah, if you can send me a picture, it's going to be easier for me to visualize it. And I will see if I can somehow change it. So do you think then, Steve, am I right in thinking the whole seat and the spring is back to front? Does that mean as well this post is wrong and that post is wrong? It's on basic picture, that would be appreciated. No. Yeah, so send me a picture and we'll see where we go from there. Okie doke, because I want it to look right, or else it look like I've done it wrong, wouldn't it? So that would be cool. Okay, let's move on. That's my craft update for you. Let's move on to this. Just because it's there. Are you peering at my earring? Only because I went out for a long lunch just before I did my live and I put different earrings in. So why not? So these are, I don't know, little snowdrop stars, whatever you want to call them. Oh, wrong way. So they're just there. I only thought I'd share that with you because I had different earrings on. I tend to wear a lot of the same time of the like the same earrings quite a lot. Right, the springs need to be forward to the tube coming up from the pedals. Right, let me make a note of that. Let me make a note. Springs need to be moved forward to the tube coming up from the pedals. Okay, cool. Interesting. The end of the bike rack. Yeah. I mean, that bit I will probably leave to the last anyway, because just to make sure I've got it right with you before I do it. So yeah, that will be absolutely awesome. Okay, let's move on to this. Everything's slow playing today. So, two things of interest. Did you know the winners of my 3K have been revealed? And they have been revealed in two ways. One is, if you want to know who the winners are, go onto the 3K video where you can't miss it. I think it's a great big pink background with the thumbnail, and it says big letters 3K giveaway, something like that. And if you go in the comments section, you will see who the winners are. And the second way you will find out is to go on one of the winners' channels, which is, oh my gosh, got to get the channel name right, My Alabama Farm Life. I think that's what it's called, Our Alabama Farm Life. And Kathleen is a winner. And within an hour of her being informed she was the winner, and I sent her an email of some footage of her tree that she has adopted for free. And within an hour, she had put a video up showing everyone that she was a prize winner. So, Kathleen, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. It was a lovely shout out for my channel. And she also talked about the seed giveaway. And if you don't know, I give seeds away every month. Someone who just follows my channel, and I see them a lot in the chat, and I just literally choose someone in no particular order who follows my channel, and they've got the month to actually communicate with me and send me their email or their address, email me their address of where they want the seeds to be sent. And she was the last month's winner. So I did say to her I wouldn't post them till after Christmas, so because obviously there's back May on that, and I don't want them getting lost up and all that. And do check my community post, because we have another post on my community post of the winner for this month. And if you don't jump in within that month, the time has gone, you've missed out. So do always look at my community post each month. Okay, so that was the first bit of interest. Oh, how sweet. Congratulations to the winners. There were two winners. I did say three winners, but only two followed the directions of what you had to do in the actual video. So, as I always say, do watch a complete video when someone's doing a giveaway. Only two must have watched it, 3 and 2 1. The other winner I will mention is Della Smalley, and she doesn't have a channel, so she has yet to send me an email so I can send her pictures and videos of her tree. And both of them, I did say if they want to come and visit and see their own tree in person, then they're welcome to come and stay with me. Stephen Tina say, then you can raise and lower the saddle when needed. Oh, this is the reason for the bike, not have the spring attached to the bike rack. That makes sense. Yes, that makes total sense. The other bit of information is, this is quite funny. As you know, no one lives in my area. There are farms all around, but the owners don't live here. So all the goat farms and other farms here, they don't live here. They come like it's their workplace. And a few of the properties around us, they are like holiday homes. So the families would just come up Christmas or Easter, parties, things like that. And the neighbour, I'm facing the sea now, so you can get your bearings. My patio's on the left. There's a property a little bit over that way, and they all came over for Christmas and the New Year. And Fossil, one of my cats, she went missing for like a whole day. She'd go missing, hunting and whatever, but she'd come back. She'd been missing for a whole day. And you could smell across there, if you don't know, Cypriots do a lot of souvla, which is like barbecue cooking of meat. And they cook fish. They hunt and catch rabbits and all sorts of things. And they cook them on the turning rotisserie outside. Anyway, so we could smell all this going on. And suddenly Fossil comes running in the house and she's got a whole head, a huge tuna head. And we're sort of shouting out. I'm like, oh, she's got a fish head. It was massive. It was, probably like that, a really big head. I'm like, oh, she's got a fish head. So because I'm shouting, she runs and hides with it behind the Christmas tree. So she's running around with this head and she goes behind there and I managed to get out. But it was so strong smelling, the whole room already then smelled of fish. Anyway, got it out, threw it outside and she went off after it. And I cleaned all around there, but for ages the house just smelled of fish. Anyway, the next day she's gone again. She comes back and she's got a baby rabbit minus the head. Now you could see it being chopped off, not like she'd eaten the head. It was like, look, fresh cut. And it was only a small rabbit, like a baby rabbit, but it was jet black. And at first I thought it was a little kitten she'd got. Steve and Tina laughing, but it was quite small. And I said to Mike, they wouldn't hunt and catch a small rabbit. It wouldn't be worth it. So I don't know about that, what happened with that. But yeah, the next day. Anyway, she came in today and I'm like, oh, darling, you've not got anything today. But I'm thinking she's nicking all their food. She keeps going over there, finding what they got. Because Cypriots do eat fish heads. I don't know if any of you guys eat fish heads, but the Cypriots eat a lot of fish heads and animal heads. They eat animal heads. So I'm thinking she's going over there. I was worried one day she wouldn't come back because they would have got her for eating all their food. So that was really funny. And we go from funny to not so funny. I don't know how those intros are playing for you guys today, but for me, they're all over the place. I took my decorations down today, by the way, because I wanted to really just clean all that area. But it was all clean. So, yeah, I spent the morning taking the decorations down. And because we were going out for this meal, lunchtime, it was kind of a New Year meal with this group of 6 of us that go out together quite a lot to eat. And for one reason or another, for illness and whatever, we didn't make the New Year. So we all went out today, postponed it till today. And I just want to say that I have a diagnosis for all the things. If you've been watching my lives for the last few months, there's been so many things wrong with me, completely bizarre, random things. On their own, they are all different things you could put down to age or ailments. But my diagnosis now is I have lupus. Now, I'm not going into it too much because I thought it was better to make a video about it, which I'm going to post on Friday. So if you want to know more about what's been going on with that, I've got lupus now and what that means exactly, then I have a video coming out on Friday. And all I'm really going to say right now is I don't know as yet what I will be doing or not doing regarding my channel. Yes, Stephen says that, but the thing is, I like to think of it as what I've already got wrong with me is worse than having lupus. Not down in lupus for anyone that has it, but I'm already contending with so many other ailments and disabilities. And, you know, guys, I will just continue, but I do need to change. I don't want to say lifestyle, as in, see, rest isn't a thing. I'm supposed to rest, but as I say in the video, I can't rest as you would rest, because with my disabilities, I can't get going again. But I will need to take more time away from YouTube. What that means right now is I still want to do my lives. I will still post my videos, but what I might well do is on a good day, maybe schedule more videos, and then I could schedule, say, a week's of videos and then have a week off. So just bear in mind that unless it's, I say in my video, unless it's something dated, such as my gardening, I'll say I've just planted this, then they will be to date. But other things where I show you animals, or I was saying about, I've got lots of walks still filmed that I didn't post all at once when I did all my walks. So I may not be visiting your channels as much, which I know was lacking a little bit anyway, because we're trying to get some bits done, edited before Christmas. It doesn't mean I don't love you, because I do, but I need to, because I want to still do my lives. I may not be doing my pop-up lives. For now, I'm not going to do pop-up lives, although I do want to do another one on my dance channel, because people there are totally different viewers, and they've been asking for the next installment of my dance journey. So I may well do one of those soon. But for now, I think I'm going to drop the pop-up lives, which are Tuesday, Thursday. And that means for now, my normal lives are Monday and Wednesday on this channel, and Friday on my other channel. So I will do my best to keep those going. As I say, I want to post. I did do some shorts today, but if you've been looking at my shorts since I started doing shorts and my shorts today, you will notice there's far less of those. I've tried to, this is new news to me, so I'm just sort of winging it at the moment, but I've tried to have a little look at my daily routine, and I've made it that I'm going to work on YouTube on Monday, which is a live day, Wednesday, and maybe do a bit on Friday, because they're my live days, so I might as well do YouTube those. Tuesday and Thursday are going to be what I call dead days. They're the days I'm going to see how I am and maybe relax or do something, maybe my cross stitch or my embroidery or reading. Tuesdays and Thursdays are downtime. Saturdays, I want to try and do my gardening, and Sunday, again, a rest day, as in I'm going to be active, but doing what I call retirement, as in just doing what I feel like on the day, but not doing something. So that's the way I'm kind of thinking right now. So if you like, I'm only going to be busy Monday, Wednesday, maybe Friday, and then the rest of the time a bit more my time, as in relaxing. That's how I'm thinking of it for now. That's why I'm going to drop for now the pop-ups on Tuesday and Thursday, because that gives me the whole day, Tuesday and Thursday, to, I can't say chill out, because that's what I can't do. I might read, but not be compelled to doing anything, and I'm going to see how that goes. I have to take enzymes 3 times a day, and that means I can eat, but it doesn't mean I can eat anything. I'm still limited to 4 items. 4 items, but I'll talk more about that in the future if people are interested in that. And there's many other things I talk about in the video about what the symptoms a bit more. Stephen Tina said there's always someone worse off than you, and that's what I always keep in my head. And I was talking to my friends today saying about how another way I get through. Everyone says, how can you be so positive all the time? Well, you, as they say, you've either got to laugh or cry, basically. And I also like to think there's only a certain amount of happiness or good per day in the whole world. So therefore, if you've got something or a bad day or something really bad happens, look at it that day someone else who was in desperate need of good or happiness had their turn. I know it might sound poppycock to some of you, or woo-woo as Mike calls it, but that's how I roll. I can only think that. So don't think, oh, why has it happened to me? Think, well, someone else is having a day of relief or something else. I'm quite a big believer in fate. Everything happens for a reason. And as I always say, if these things hadn't happened to me, I wouldn't be here now. There's no way my life, if it was going as it was going, all well and good before I had my accident, then I would not be here now. So be grateful for the bad times. Positive thinking, yes, has to be. I mean, the first thing I was told was, well, with lupus, there are different forms and there are different ailments of different people. And they did say that a lot of people, there's 10 things that say if you've got a high proportion of the 10, you've got it. Because, as I say, all the ailments on their own can be not lupus at all. But there is a full list of 30. Now, I have all 30, and even Mike looked at the list, because sometimes you go, oh, yeah, I've got that. Oh, yeah, I've got that. They're all things I've been talking about over the last several months. But also, it's not, oh, yes, I've got that. It's like, oh, my goodness, yes, tick, tick. And I had all 30, and Mike was like, oh, my goodness, definitely. You've got all the 30. The only downside is that I'm high rate of having to have kidney dialysis. So if I don't follow the regime, if you like, then that is where it's to go. So that's really it. As I say, I'm bringing out a video. I filmed it. I was really down on the day filming it, but I tried to keep it positive. And as I say in the video, it was quite new to me. It's still new to me. I'm going to try this little regime to see if it helps or not. It may not help at all. And then I'll be back all singing, all dancing on here if it doesn't help. If life gives you olive, make olive oil. That is so funny. I do have lemon trees too, so we can use the lemon one. Okay, so as I say, do look out on Friday because I've made the video. If you've got any questions after the video, then do drop it. I have SLE version. There is another version as well. And as I say, you can have it with completely different symptoms to someone else. If you've only got the 10, you can have different variants and different things. But I have 30. Okay, let's go on to this. So luckily before Christmas, I seeded many seeds indoors, and you'll see in the videos that I'm posting how I grow indoors. It is our winter, how I grow indoors, germinate seeds, and I would like to keep as some progress, then start new ones. I've also seeded already many outdoors in the big water bottles, you know, like the ones you have upside down in offices, those kind of ones, dispenser ones. So I have many, many seeds happening. I've already transplanted the first cucumbers, which are now this tall. I think there's about 8 or 10 of those already transplanted. There's some more tomatoes ready and some other things quite big. The ones in the water containers are quite cramped. I say that, they're very cramped, but I grew peppers like that last year. And then what I did was when they were huge and like bursting out, I took the lid off and then actually sliced the water bottles and put them in situ, literally still in the round mass, into a raised bed. And they have been the best peppers I've ever had. I had comments about, are they overcrowded? I was like, oh, we'll see. And no, they were fine, because they kind of spread out peppers and they find their own place. Oh, and I say hello to Clive if you're watching when we talk about gardening. Turns out Clive lives in Cyprus and asked me a pumpkin question. So hello, Clive, if you're watching this live. Thank you for watching my channel. So, yeah, basically I've got tons of things growing outside in the water bottles and indoors already. And as I say, as things progress, I might sow a few more every couple months and see if I can. I said this last year and I was too ill to keep it going, but I wanted to every month or so sow more of the same seeds and see how far I can keep growing everything all year. There were a few things I managed to keep doing, but I couldn't keep up with it all, and I just wanted to experiment. So these were all sown quite a bit before Christmas, and they're all doing quite well. Some slower to come up than others, but they're all covered and germinating quite nicely. Oh, and I don't know if you've seen it yet. I can't remember what I've posted and what I haven't now, but I got a what should we call it, like a unit, shelving type bamboo unit from the dump, and I've sown more seeds on that. That's outside on the patio, and I'm doing herbs and lettuce on those. So again, they're going to be cramped. That's what you call microgreens, is it not? So, yep, that's really the garden for now. Oh, I know what else I've been doing in the garden. If anyone remembers the huge piles I still had from about 2 years ago of when I first did a big prune of all the olive trees, I had 3 massive piles, one by the old pigsty, one halfway up the garden and one down the other end of the garden, of all the olive leaves and branches that I hadn't got to. The pigsty area is done. There is no more olive leaves there. All there is down there now is some chopped back wood that will need cutting as wood at some point. But all the leaves have gone into the hugel beds. So that was a big job done. Sounds like a nice dump. I've done quite a few videos on things I've salvaged from there. This is where this embroidery box came from. And I was saying a lot of this stuff there are just people who have rentals and they just clear the house out. They just clear. So a lot of stuff is really good stuff. We've got so many things from there, mops and buckets and many things I use. I've got lots of baking trays, but the deeper ones, and they were all brand new, but I'm using them as drip trays. So anything plastic that I can cover over as like a lid for when I'm growing in pots, just to germinate this time of year. Yeah, there's been many videos, and every time I find some stuff there, I put it in. The last few videos of salvage stuff has been added with my shopping hauls. So because there's not a long enough video of a shopping haul, if I bought a few things, and sometimes I salvage and don't get tons of stuff, you'll often see it called double video or salvage and shopping haul, something like that. Can't take stuff from the dump here. I think that's sad, but I also think it's sad at our one that it all goes in the big skips. I would think if something looks good, it should be put on the side and let people come and get it. So if you're not there quick enough, other stuff will get put on top and you just don't see it. And as I say, some stuff good. Oh, Fisherman Tactics, hello there. Thank you for coming on my channel. Don't forget, guys, to go and check out every channel that's in the chat. So thanks for being here. Nice to see you. Nice to see you drop in. Hi, Fishy On. Hi, Fishy On. I was just explaining before you came on about why I will be missing from people's channels for some time. Can I get a link drop, please? Thank you. You can put your own in. I can't see any issue why you couldn't put your own in. I know people say you have to be moderator or whatever, but seriously, you don't. So see if you can put your own link in. If you do your own one, if not, I'll try it for you. Because I'm still not sure on StreamYard how I put moderators up, because lots of guys were moderators and they're just not showing up anymore. So do your own, Fishy On. If you put it in, it shouldn't erase, because that's up to me if it gets erased. And obviously, Stephen Tina, you can put your own in as well, of course. Just try it, see if you can put your own one in. If you can't, then I will see if I can go on your channel and put it up. I'm not sure I can do it from here. No, I can only put in timeout or ban you. A bit different from the YouTube one. I could just drop links and go to channel and all that. Hey, it's BC Treasure Trails. Nice to see you, Jason. How are you? Hope you're having a great new year. Guys, go and check out BC Treasure Trails as well, and go along and say hello. And don't forget, if you go on everyone's channel, do go and add a comment and a thumbs up. Not sure how to do it. You just put your own link in. Just put your own link in. Let me see. Let me see. So let's try Stephen Tina's first. Oh dear, I'm not having a good time typing today. There we go. Right, so there's Stephen Tina's. There's a lovely picture, Stephen Tina. If you go on there, you just have to go on their channel just to see the lovely picture. Right, so there's Stephen Tina's channel. Type it in. Let's see. Having the best day for typing today. So there's Stephen Tina's. Oops. Oh. I can't highlight channels. Every time I go over the top of them, it goes on to something else. Okay, let's try Fishy On Tank Ticks. Will it? Fishy On Tank Ticks. It's not going to let me do that because you've got uppercase and lowercase. And I can't remember from watching here as to which it is. Let me write it down as upper and lowercase because it's not accepting it as it is. Lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase. uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, uppercase, because I can't copy and paste it. Let's try. Everyone's tuning in now. They'll be like, what are you talking about, Dawn? Uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, uppercase. I think that was lowercase, lowercase, uppercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, lowercase, uppercase, uppercase. If that doesn't go on your channel, I can't do it. Yes, it did. Yay. Yeah. There we go. Yay, I can do it. Yeah, copy. There. Paste. There's Fishy On's channel. Yay. We can do BCs easily. Yeah, just let you know then, Fishy On, if you don't type the uppercase and lowercase properly, your channel doesn't come up. Just to let you know, it is a real channel. So that was all awkward. That was dead awkward. I should have saved that. So, BC Treasure Trails, Jason's channel as well. Still whirring. Do go and check out Jason's channel. Really good channel. Lots of things to see there. Really great channel. So, BC Treasure Trails. Trails. There. There. I'm my own moderator. Let's check on the chat. Not sure how to do it. Hey, Treasure. I'm good. Cooking breakfast. Oh, nice. About to start my porridge after Dawn's live. And there's me doing a link. Tina just showed me. My link did not show. Interesting. Right, I'm just going to, excuse me a minute. Oh, see, I can't now copy what I've just typed because if I go over the top of it, it just flashes away because I was going to try and save Fishy Ons because that was a pain. That was a right pain to do yours, Fishy On. Yeah, I don't know how I can... Right, Steve, I'm going to star you. I still haven't worked out what on... Right, I've starred you, Steve. Can you see now if you can put a link in now? Because I still don't know what these stars are. So maybe that is making you a moderator. I don't know. It's not very clear. I'll have to ask my friends at StreamYard. So I've starred your name. If that's made you moderator, it just doesn't say anything. Oh, I've unstarred you now. I thought if I hover over it. Right, try Steve and put a link in now and see if that works or not. Yes. Okay, let's go on while you're doing that to this. If I can find it. Ooh, where is it? I'm lost now where I am. I lost. Where is I? There it is. Let's go on to this. Yes, you haven't had that intro before, have you? You haven't had that intro. I've just realised I've got comment up there. Yes, you haven't had the poetry corner, have you? Yes. So here's the poetry corner. And I like to call this poem, these are mine. Dawn's written them. I like to call this poem Sweets of the 1970s. Dib dab, sherbet treats. What else in the 70s were our sweets? Roll out that licorice Catherine wheel to get the blue or pink inner feel. Rhubarb and custard, penny chew, cola bottles, to name a few. Banana-shaped banana sweet, or cigarette sweets. Yes, these we'd eat. Sherbet spaceships, pop on your tongue. Then came space dust, that was a great one. Cough candy twist, cola and pineapple cubes. Lots to weigh out, lots to choose. What are the sweets that you recall? Let me know so we can remember them all. Did you like that? And so that brings me nicely onto this. Groovy, man. So what are the sweets you remember from your childhood? I do like to dib dab into that. Sherbet fountain. They were in England, long, looked like a firework, a yellow tube, and it had a long black bit of licorice in it, like a licorice stick, black licorice, traditional. And then you kind of open the top and dip the licorice in, suck on it, and make it sticky, and you went in there. The dib dab was different. It was a little paper bag, and it had a red, like a lolly popsicle in it. Same thing, you'd lick the lolly, dip it in the sherbet, and then eat that. Now, there were regional differences of names of some of these sweets, but these are my memories. So what other sweets do you recall? What were your favourite sweets as a child? I did like blackjacks, and they again were like the rhubarb and custard. They were very small squares, and they used to leave your tongue black after you'd eaten them. So they were quite good. Steve and Tina, click on the right side of our name and you will see options for mode. When I do that, all I get up is to put you in timeout or ban you and delete your comment, which is weird considering as I'm the host. I also have the star, but can't do anything else. And if I click the middle, your name itself, then you come up on the screen here, thus, thus, thus. So there's that. I can only do that. Did you mod for us? Are you talking to me? Then I don't know. I have a whole list of channels I mod for. I have no idea without coming on a channel. BC Treasure Trail says fun dip in America and Canada. BC Treasure Trail say right click on mouse PC on the name. I can't click on anything on your actual names. If I go over your name, I only get the show you on screen and you disappear. So I can't even, you know, if you're in a chat, you can actually highlight someone's name. I can't do that. In the house we have the NDT show. They had NDT show had a little break coming up for Christmas, but glad to see you back. So do go and check out the channel. So do go and check out NDT show. Steve and Tina say, I see Fission got a nice surprise package. Ooh, I haven't seen that. NDT says, Happy New Year to all. Happy New Year to you, NDT show. Great to see you here. Always appreciate you popping in as always. We're talking about sweets we remember from our childhood. Now, more often than not, I would like where you had sweets weighed out because you got a lot more for your money. And I used to like those ones. I can't remember what they were called. Remind me if you know. They were like chocolate buttons and they had the hundreds and thousands on the top. And you could get them in milk chocolate, but there was also the white chocolate ones you could get. What were they called? I used to get those a lot. I can't remember what they were called now. No, I'm sure you will know those. Sherbet Pips. They were tiny, tiny little things, all different colours. They were Sherbet Pips. Yes, you remember those. Yes, what were Kisses? Ooh. Kisses. You too. Also used to have those little round biscuits, really small round biscuits, and they had like the pointy icing, like it was piped on icing. Can't remember what they were called either now. They weren't so good, but they were okay. I had something, now I've never seen it since. We used to call it cat food. And it was like little toffee, very small, and it looked like flakes of chocolate on it. I think it was called toffee something. Hershey's Kisses, chocolate drops. I knew what you were saying. You can get American chocolate here now because Hershey's wasn't a thing in England. We'd never even heard of it. In fact, I'd never heard of it till YouTube. Hershey's and what's that other one they're always on about? Hershey's and oh gosh, what's the other one they're always on about? Oh, can't remember. Portuguese horse. Hello. You're new to me. Thank you for being here. Thank you very much for showing up. Appreciate that. We're talking about sweets we remember from our childhood. What do we remember from our childhood? I also remember, what was it called? Chewy nuts, but they weren't nut. And they were like a circle of chocolate, but it had a flat bottom. So it had been kind of on a tray and a blob of chocolate. And it was over toffee, chewy nuts or something like that. They were called, but they didn't have nuts in. I'm trying to think what that reckoning is. Hershey's always on about, and there's another one they're always talk about as if people know what it is. Yeah, in America and Canada, did they used to have like the penny sweets and you got them all weighed out, or was that not a thing elsewhere? As I say, you used to get far more for your money. There used to be as well different sorts of long chews. They were probably about that long, very flat, and I remember a strawberry one, you had to bite it. It was quite hard. I don't know what they were called. And English people can date themselves by how much a curly whirly was. How much a curly whirly was. Yeah. I've had that one before, in case anyone's wondering why I've deleted that one. What else? I didn't used to like it when there was things too big to go in the little pick and mix sweet bag. Have to ask the kids, we didn't grow up here. No, but that's why I like talking to you sometimes, you know, things I'm on about. So yeah, Curly Whirlies, I think for me they started at 2p, 2 pence. They went up to 2.5 pence, which was criminal because they weren't. Yeah, I know, I've got him. Had that one before. They spell out nasty things slowly. But I don't talk about them because they're on to be talked about. Yes, because Curly Whirlies were only in modern decimal money. They're not really an old-fashioned sweet. Pick and mix UFOs are my favourite. Is that what I talked about in my poem? Were they look like plastic or polystyrene, but they weren't, like little spaceships. They were like spaceships. What did I say about those? And they had like a sherbet bit in the middle, like they kind of went poof. They were like sherbet in the middle, sort of popped. Sherbet spaceships. Yeah, I think that was the UFOs, maybe. What else did I used to get? As I said in the poem, the cola cubes. They were literally cubes of taste like cola, and they were sugar, fizzy sherbet from Portuguese Horse. Oh, we didn't do a shout out for Portuguese Horse. So do go and check out Portuguese Horse channel, guys. Is it playing all right for you, those bits today? I don't know what it is with mine, but I think it might be all right for you because you're delayed. I'm ahead of you by, I think I've got mine about 2 minutes ahead of you guys. I'm talking and you're not hearing yet. So you probably get things play better than they do for me. What else? Sweets. I'm still thinking about the pick and mix sweets. You could get things like the Quality Street sweets, but separately, and that's back in the days when they had more cream centres and stuff. Work school, you've got to go. Happy New Year. Catch you next time. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciated. Okay. We've got 2 more sections today. I've just noticed my time. I've realised if Steve has to go to work, I know I've been on a bit long. So we're going to do, oh no, I've got one more bit for you today. One more little fun thing to finish with. Let's see if I can find the intro to it. A new section that I'm starting is this. Okay, so on Wednesdays, I'm going to try and give you a little puzzle. They will be different sorts of puzzles. And we'll start with an easy one today. And then I'm going to play Quote Corner to give you time to think about it and see if you can put the answer in the comments. So we have a run of numbers. I'm going to put it in the chat. And I want you to say what the next number should be in the sequence, if you can work it out. So the numbers are 2, 5, 8, 14. Can you work out what is the next number in the sequence? So the numbers are 2, 5, 8, and 14. If you know the answer, type it in the chat. If you're watching this back later, see if you can come up with the answer before I give the answer out. While you're thinking about that, I'm going to play my new Quote Corner for Wednesdays. So have you worked out the answer yet? I've just dropped the book. Have you worked out the answer yet? What is the next number in the sequence of 2, 5, 8 and 14? It's an easy one. It's an easy one. They're not all going to be number ones because I'm not actually the biggest fan of number type puzzles. So they're not going to be complex. They're not going to be complex. So the next number in the sequence, it's in the chat there in the comments so you can see what is the next number. 2, 5, 8 and 14. And I'll give you a little minute for that. And that's what we're going to end on today. So while you're still thinking, I'd just like to thank you all so much for being here. Check out my important video that's being posted on this channel on Friday to give you more background into what I was talking about earlier. And the answer is 23. 23. And the way you can work that out is add the first number to the next number and then plus 1. So for example, 2 plus 5 is 7, plus 1 is 8. 5 plus 8 and then add 1 is 14. 8 plus 14 plus 1 will give you the answer of 23. So I wonder how many you've got that. If you watch this back later, let me know in the comments if you got that one. So as I say, thank you all so much for being here. Really appreciate it. And I will be back here on Friday on my other channel. So check out Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty for my live on Friday. See you then.